welcome to Young Turks Ideas Without Boundaries. I'm Shireen Bhan. Now, the Made in India tag often fails to impress when we're talking about product and hardware technology innovation. So we decided to put the spotlight on three entrepreneurs who are leveraging the power of technology to bring you tomorrow's innovations today and to make our lives a lot simpler. Here's a quick glimpse of what we have lined up. Our first guest truly believes that internet-enabled media devices are the future. So he decided to launch his e-commerce portal Infibeam.com in 2007. But since then, life has taken a dramatic twist. He's now putting out India's answer to Kindle. So it is a device that actually enables you to download eBooks and read them on the go. Here's the story of Vishal Mehta and a company that hopes to touch 100 crores by the end of the year. Imagine trading your heavy textbooks for an innovation that is 10 millimeters thick, weighs just 180 grams and can store up to 6,000 books. Well, that's the innovation of Vishal Mehta, an engineering graduate from Cornell University with an MBA from MIT for whom earning a cool buck was not enough. So he decided to head back home and pursue his entrepreneurial passion with Infibeam.com, an e-commerce portal started in 2007. His latest offering is the Infibeam Pi, India's first electronic book reader that allows users to download books, newspapers and blogs in 13 Indian languages, giving users a reading experience similar to that of a physical book. But getting readers to adapt to a technology like Pi has its challenges.
The initial challenges was really to be able to educate consuming Indians about such devices. People are so used to reading books in a physical format, and we had to educate consumers about what this device is and what is it capable of doing. Second is we needed to continue to create a repository of tens of thousands of digital books because all this content has to come from authors and publishers who own the rights to such content. And we have to rights manage this content directly to the device. So in order to get access to such content, currently we have 1.2 lakh electronic books from all major publishers and authors, and we continue to increase that selection. We expect to increase that selection to about 4 lakhs by end of this year. So being able to get such content so that we can rights manage that content directly onto the device is another challenge.
And working towards this task is Vishal and his team of 120 employees. Infibeam.com recently launched its digital platform IndieG, where authors and publishers can digitize and distribute their content directly on the portal. Among the largest e-commerce portals in India, Vishal has also introduced Infibeam technology services to provide retail brands like TTK Prestige, High Design, Cafe Coffee Day and IPLT 20 a presence online. But how exactly does the venture make money?
The first comes from delivering products directly to the customer. We have a B2C retail business where we ship a whole huge selection of books, electronic gadgets like mobile phones, cameras, lifestyle products like watches, jewelry, as well as apparel directly to the consumer. And that becomes a source of revenue for us. And the second part, which is again that addresses the infrastructure services business of ours, is where we build stores for retailers and brands, either on Infibeam.com or under the branded store name.
With more than 5 distribution centers in India, Infibeam.com today caters to over 8 lakh customers with an online selection of 60 lakh unique products across 40 product categories. Having grossed a turnover of 30 crore rupees this year, Infibeam is now looking at revenues of over 100 crore rupees by 2011. So what else is Vishal planning for the future?
There are two different ways to grow the business, and we do a little both. One is you take account of what assets you have, more like a skills inventory, and you continue advancing on those skills. And in that, we will continue adding more and more selection and continue delivering value by delivering products directly to customer doorsteps. And the second part is you listen to what customers need, and then you create the skill set within the company so that we can address their requirements. And when you look at Infibeam Pi, it is somewhat the latter, where we created a skill set within the company, and it kind of adds to our inventive culture. So we will continue building new versions of Infibeam Pi to deliver value. Recently, we continue talking to customers and requesting them for feature sets that they would want on such device, so that it makes it more conducive for usage. And some of the things, including connectivity, including touchscreen, including certain amount of color, because Pi right now displays a black and white screen, will eventually be some of the things that we'll work on for Infibeam Pi in terms of top priority.
With a vision to transform the way we read, this young Turk now wants to make India the next hardware hotspot.
If you look into the history, most of the products were created for consumers in the West, and eventually they have moved to India. But if you think of it, if you're able to create a demand and productize it for consuming Indians, so that the local demand can eventually become much bigger, then I do believe quite a bit of manufacturing will also move to India. And at that point, it will make a whole lot more sense to create products in India.
Well, Vishal, here's wishing you and Infibeam Pi the very best of luck. Time for us to take a break, but when we return, the story of Indus geeks on Young Turks Ideas Without Boundaries.